Yeah. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Good God, that's horrible. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Welcome to episode 99. And for this one, we're dusting off. We are dusting off. We're going to dust it off. FREEWARE Friday! If you guys remember, these streams were quite popular for some time. And when I had the time to do a stream every Friday, I made sure. I think we could, if these do well, we could bring them back. But man, this is fucking horrible. Whoa. Good God. Blech. I'll drink it because I opened it and I'm not a pussy. But man, that is a non-alcoholic beverage. And when I see new ones, I like to try them. And then I realized it's just a new can. That's Klaus Taylor. It's German imported. It's non-alcoholic beer. But man, that is not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. Mark Studios. Hey, would you mind asking RDSP what signal level are their plugins calibrated to? I can ask them that for sure. Xander Bananas. Pedro, how is everybody doing? How are you all? My name is Tyler, and welcome to the, sorry. Let's try that again. My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show and FREEWARE Friday. I was had a squirrel brain thought there for a second, and just let it on go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So today we are going to do some freeware. Thank you kindly. I have quite the t-shirt collection, as you may know. Problem is, I'd have a lot larger of a t-shirt collection because when I went from 180 pounds to about 200 pounds, all of my medium shirts just ceased to become important to me. They were no longer important, and they were taking up a lot of storage because, as I mentioned, for a very long time, I was a concert promoter, and bands would just, when you're a concert promoter and you do a good job and you're working for a door deal, and like most of the time bands are like, especially if you let them stay at your house, most of the bands are going to hook you up with a shirt. If they don't, cheap ass. You have to understand as a band that you have to give, if you stay at someone's house, you have to give them a t-shirt. That t-shirt just costs you maybe what, $10, $15 as opposed to $100+ for a hotel room. You got to give them a t-shirt. Anyways, I had this huge collection of mediums and I gave them all away to my smaller friends. You weak, feeble humans, you must have my medium garments. They are no longer important to me because, you see, I am now 200 pounds. And I was take my shirt, you piece of shit. Yeah, just kidding. Anyways, I was just giving all my shirts away to all my smaller friends. And then I got smaller and could use those shirts right now because now I'm swimming in my larges. So it's weird. It's a weird time in my life. I got to start building some muscle and gain some healthy weight back after I took off the shitty weight from not drinking Cokes. But yeah, that's my explanation. I still have a shitload of t-shirts that fit me nice. Because I mean, large still fits me. I still like the way a large fits, even though I'm a bit smaller. It's like I'm not swimming in. Some of them I'm swimming in, though. And the guy on our team here, Manuel Lucchini, I gave him one of the nicest Vader shirts one of the nicest shirts I've ever owned. I gave it to him. And gosh, I like it back. Manuel, send me the shirts. Kidding. I would never do that. Ask somebody for something back after giving it to them. But still, if any of my friends are out there that I've given small shirts to. Anyhow, what are we doing today? We are hanging out. We're going to check out some freeware, old and current. And we're gonna suss out to see if some of this stuff is maybe still like some of the old freeware. There is some stuff out there that it's not there anymore. You know? Oh, there's one I forgot. We're gonna get the Wagner Sharp in here. Gonna get the Wagner. We're gonna start our stream with the the Wagner Sharp. I'm just going to use it solid state style, meaning I'm just going to use it with like a colored IR. Maybe. We'll see. Hey, it's giving me my own tunes tonight. Thanks, Random Play. Oh, I know why it's doing this. Aha, never mind, because I narrowed the search history. I don't want that. I don't want to listen to I like having it on the playlist, but I don't like being inundated by it. You know, I like putting it out there just for fun, and because I know it's royalty free and I'm not going to get any copyright strikes or anything. Maybe I will. I don't know. Anyhow, guys, it's Friday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and we're just hanging out. We're going to check out some freeware. I have a big list. We can go, and if there's something in here, Nalex is back. Have a new plugin. Okay. Gosh, I'm getting used to it, but she's an adventure, lads. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. As mentioned earlier in other streams, I am not having a very wonderful week, but I am now. See, guys, as mentioned in the other day, I've recently had to make some changes in my daily life. Big changes, huge changes in some things that I do that were not beneficial to me, and it's going to take some time. I'm really glad I have this March break. I'm going to be streaming, by the way, every damn day next week to kind of keep my mind focused. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be creating a shit ton of content, so be with me next week, folks. Tomorrow, we are having the 100th episode, guys. It'll be about let's say 4:30 Eastern time tomorrow. We have some big giveaways. We have a giveaway from we have an everything bundle from Aurora DSP, and they just put out a new plugin. So we have an everything bundle from Aurora fucking DSP. That's coming out, okay? And I'm not going to be choosing the winners. I am actually at random going to ask one of you to choose the winner. That's what I'm doing. At random, I'm going to say this is going to go up. And one of you, I'm going to call one of you guys out in the stream and say, you get to give it away. That's kind of exciting. It's a bit of a different bag. You know, that means anybody could win. Anyone can win. No one should be in the comments being like, vote for me, please give it to me. You know, we're not going to do that. We're just going to be out there and we're just going to chill. And when somebody gets the call, they're going to be, pow, we're going to give it at you. So I'm going to everything bundle. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that is going to be going out. I have a pickup. It could even be a set, as I'm being told, from Aurora Tone Pickups. We're giving away a wonderful, wonderful pickup. So that's going to be another thing. I'm giving away her Hercules guitar stand, wall mount. Very gently used in a box and all. Very exciting week. So let's move along now, guys. Actually, I'm not going to start with that. We're going to start with my old friend, the Greed Smasher. If you haven't tried the Greed Smasher, it's available for free, obviously, at Mercurial Audio. Very excited about that. It still rips. It's still awesome. We're going to change the quality because we can do that now. That's fine. Older plugin. And I'm going to pound that into the L12X, as is I'm a big fan of this plugin. You guys are aware. Very well aware. Where did my, oh, here we are. Gonna need an IR for this one. And I'm gonna go back to an old, now unavailable pack from Sea Cow Cabs. And if you guys would love to see this pack again, come back, please do. And just get in touch with Sea Cow or Brian and say, hey man, that pack, I've heard some good things. You should bring it back. And maybe he'll do it. This is called this Signature IRs pack. There is, okay, if I'm not mistaken, we have Gus G, SV. I'm not sure who SV is. There's Elaney TI. We have Marshall Dave Mustaine. This is my favorite part of the pack. We're going to start there. And the actual IR being used here, right here in this plugin, as this, you might not know this, but I made the IR in this plugin, and it is a blend. And I don't think I've ever told anybody this, although there might be some of that signature pack, and I think it's in the Valve State plugin as well. But I don't think I've ever told anybody, but This is a fun little piece of trivia. The Audiority L12X cab is a blend of, and with license, and this was this was a permission given by CCAO at the time, a blend of the Marshall Dave Mustaine, one of the SM57 and one of the 421 files blended together in Libre. And that is what you're hearing when you use that. So if you're curious, that's kind of the fun part. All right, let's see what we got out of the gate here. I am using my Charvel Skatecaster armed with, gosh, what a set of fucking pickups these are. And this is the Billy Corgan Z1 set of pickups, and it is just breathtaking. I am absolutely obsessed with this set of pickups right now because they sound awesome. They really do. Tons of sound come out of these, and it's all good sound. You got to just kind of chill on the mids a little bit. And I feel like I'm yelling over this. We're going to bring it back a little more. Let's see what the chat's got for me today. Watching well in the gym. Nice. I've also been working out a little bit more lately. I'm going to be doing a lot more. I'm going to put some real time into getting in pretty good shape. Not super good shape. I'm not that I'm in bad shape now, but I'm going to be putting some time into that. So nice. See what we got. Xander Bananas. I'm demoing all Aurora stuff right now, just listening in while I write as always. Nice. That's really great of you. That's awesome. Funny they're giving out. It's not like candy. It's because Daniel and I have a great working relationship. We have been friends since the very beginning, since his very first plugin. I am doing some work for Aurora DSP, doing some kind of artist relations-y type stuff, as well as some internal stuff as well. We're going to be working together on the drive-through project. I'll be helping out with that and some other things. So we have a really great working relationship where I do things for, I provide, and, we kind of a nice trade of services from time to time. So I'm definitely not giving it out like candy. I've definitely earned some, we've earned a great mutual respect between Daniel, myself, and everyone else at Aurora DSP. So just so you know, we've worked pretty hard together, and it's definitely not a situation like that. So we're gonna sniff around a little bit. This pack was once upon a time free, and it's ripping. It's a great pack. I really wish you wouldn't have taken it down. I don't know if it can still be found. The Seacow signature IRs. You can Google it, see if it is around and available somewhere. But I don't know that it is or not. But yeah, that's what this was. That is what you're hearing when you use the regular IRs. So I'm going to use the 421 file here as well. That's fucking great. This is free tone, by the way. Cat hair. If I go in for the pick, I'll just be honest, folks. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm going to go in. I got to go in. There's a hair in there. I got to go in. Something's bugging me. I don't mind. I don't have a Kleenex here right now. So if you got to do. I mean, they re-released 4 of them as heavy thrash cabs. They re-released 4 of them as heavy metal and thrash cabs. Okay. Mr. Moonshine, nice to see you. Already got everything. I already got the everything bundle since yesterday. They put it in my account, so go ahead. You bought it, or is it just? Are we talking from way back? Did you win it with us? When is the 100th episode happening? Tomorrow. Tomorrow at about 4:30 Eastern time. Going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. It's going to be fun. And you guys are going to be giving away some of the prizes. Some of the staffers here are going to be giving away some of the prizes as well. I will not be giving away anything. I might give away like one thing, depending on... We've still got prizes rolling in, which is rad. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting something from... Actually, I don't want to speak until I get it taken care of. Overloud has also offered some rig packs, if I'm not mistaken. They recently just tuned me up with a bunch of new stuff, which is great. Yeah, these pickups sound really good. Really good, guys. These are the Railhammer Billy Corgan Z1s. Take a look at these things. They look really neat. They've got a graphic. They kind of have this neat graphic on them that's like etched right into the metal, which is pretty sick. And yeah, it's a really neat setup with a rail and the poles. It's a super sick set of pickups. It's a P90 design inside a noiseless humbucker size casing. And I still cannot believe the sounds I'm hearing out of this set. And the freeware that we're just using some freeware right now. It's the tones we're getting right now are just kind of ridiculous. So if you go with freeware, you can afford to go and buy some pickups. You know what I mean? If you skip out on a couple plug-in purchases, that's what I always have this talk with people. You don't need to spend anything on plugins to sound good. There's so much out there for free that you can get really, there's no excuse. However, that being said, that money should go into your instrument because you remember, you need to make sure that your instrument is providing the best quality DI signal possible. The best signal you can feed these plugins, the better. So getting some new pickups, if you're not going to go out and buy some, you know, you save and say, I'm not going to buy any premium plugins this year at all. I'll wait till next year when they're on sale. No problem. But then this year, I am going to put a new set of pickups in my guitar. I am going to put a new set of tuners on my, whatever it is that you'd like to upgrade. Just, that is an ideal thing to do, especially when you're working with, oh, snappy. That is an ideal thing to do, especially when you're working with plugins, amp sims, and whatnot. And this is the Audiority L12X based on a little bedroom amp that sits on top of those cute little Marshall cabinets. Leon Todd's very first amp, if I'm not mistaken. And these things are, this plugin can do anything. I don't even ever really use the clean and the metal. In all honesty, this portion of the amp was based and modeled from the actual amp. There's this little tiny Marshall amp. However, this and this, I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure Luca also mentioned this in a stream, so I don't think it's a big trade secret. But clean and metal are actually Luca's way of testing out the new type of modeling that he got into. And he's doing with, if I'm not, I don't want to say that. It's similar to the stuff that he's, this is the sort of the grassroots version of some of the stuff he's doing with Polychrome DSP, if I'm not mistaken. As we know that Luca has not made any guitar products since going over there and working with Thomas. So as far as I understand, this was his way of kind of prototyping a new type of modeling that he was doing just in the area prior to Polychrome DSP. So this, however, the red is based on the actual amp. So I like to stick with this because it's just so fun what this little bedroom amp can do. So you're thinking, if I don't want to use my tube screamer, I dial this back, dial this up. So like, this is pretty good dad rock tone right here. If you just AC/DC. Sounds really good. It's versatile. Hit the boost mod, and all of a sudden things get a little different. You can start getting a little crazier with it. Crank up the gain. Okay, now I'm going to turn my tube screamer back on. Well, actually, let's go with an actual tube screamer this time instead of the Grid Smasher, which is a Mesa Boogie Grid Slammer, and see what we got here. Once upon a time, someone made the comment in a YouTube video, this is cool, but it just can't do metal. And I always bring it up. I'm not going to tell you the YouTuber's name. If you've seen the video, you know who it is. Once upon a time, this is cool, but It just can't do metal. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it can't do metal at all, but it's pretty good at it, isn't it? It's not too bad at metal. Yeah, you need to use a tube screamer, but ultimately this thing is, and like, it's not as if you need to use your own IRs either. Hit the cab sim, as mentioned. You know what it is, because I just told you what it is. Now check this out. Sounds pretty much the same, doesn't it? Because it is the same as what I just blended in Nadir. Free tube screamer from Mercurial Audio. Free amp from Audiority. Bam! Great tone. What did you need to spend on that tone? Not a damn dollar. You know what I mean? So I always see people like, you know, they equate value in plugins and say, well, we take the big boy premium prices of $119, $129.99. And then you see some of these other companies doing stuff for $60 and $50 and $40. And sometimes people look at that range in price and they equate that to quality, which is the stupidest thing possible that you can do with a plugin. It has nothing to do with it whatsoever. The price does not equate the quality, and it does not break down to quality. Because right now there are a lot of companies, I'm not going to say a lot, there's a few companies out there trying to shoot for the stores with very much inferior technology, but trying to charge those $119 to $129 prices. And I'm sorry, but that's like we've said before, if you're going to jump right into the market with plugins that are that expensive, you might as well just have walked into the UFC and called out the champ and decide to just jump in the cage with a bunch of champions, because that's what it's like right now. You're charging the same as the big boys, then your quality better be that good either. Otherwise, you're just going to get smashed and no one's going to buy your stuff. That just is what it is. But if you come onto the market with some freeware or some plugins that are, you know, a modestly priced, then all of a sudden, whoa, things are going to change a little bit here, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Okay. They updated Mercurial pedals on the amp box. You can use them with another plugin. I thought you could always do that. I love CCAL 3D. Yeah, amp blocker's pretty sick. We have to get back. I'm gonna do an amp blocker. I'm gonna do something with amp blocker in the next, definitely during the break. That's my promise. I'm gonna put it on the list right now. All right, it's on my list for the break. So I'll definitely be doing a very long amp blocker stream. I have to do amp box. Amp box is not something I'm going to do, so also amp box. Why don't I just make it a whole... don't you dare attack me, you son of a... Pens. It can get wild. Wow, this thing is cool. Yeah, I can't do metal though, right? Oh, silly. The record that Travis Barker played on, and they had to sell it because he was in the Aquabats at the time. They had to actually say they used a different drummer. They weren't allowed to credit Travis Barker for playing on this album. You can definitely tell it's him though. This is the Forever Sleep Machines. I hate calling them that. Anyways, that's Travis Barker playing on that album. I had somebody tell me that several people have verified that it's very likely to be him on that album. Anyways, Long story short, that band rips, but it sucks that I can't say the name of the band in a stream on YouTube because of there's a word in their band name that's like nuked, and it gets your stream kind of like, if you say it in a certain way, I don't know. You guys can tell me what that's all about, because I know friends who've had streams that were messed with at some, or they put like a parental advisory on them or something like that because it said that word. And if it's just a review for a band, say you're reviewing this album, what are you going to not say the band name for the entire review? Or it gets demonetized? I don't know if it gets demonetized. Either way. As Blood Runs Black. You know what's the funny thing is about this band? It's like one of those bands that like I listen to like one of their albums or two of their albums, 100%. On me, I definitely 100% pirated the album. And there was, because I haven't had a CD player in years. And so I definitely pirated, the album. And but I've always had this thing. If I ever did download an album and I listened to it more than a few times and really enjoyed it, I would go straight to that band's website or their best, whichever their most convenient distributor is of their merch, and I would just buy a bunch of their merch. And this is how that happened. I was like one or two of the one for sure. And I would listen to it. We listened to it a lot. So like, we're going to buy t-shirts because I just feel guilty. I've always felt bad. If there's something, even if Spotify is the same way, always the same way with me. If I listen to a band a shit ton on Spotify, I'm going to buy a t-shirt. I'm hoping to get some Dubiosa Collective merchandise because we listen to that band so much on Spotify. All right, let's move along. We're going to go down the lineup. If there's something you guys want to see or hear, etc., let me know. I've got Wagner Sharp. I've got the Hybrid. I've got Nam Universal. I got Jambi. Jambi's obviously going to be a fixture on FREEWARE Fridays. Jambi here is one of the best free amp sims I've ever heard in my entire friggin' life. And we'll get to Jambi. We've got maybe one of the gods of freeware, the E99 amps. Emissary. We've got Goblin, which is highly underrated. We've got Legion. And we've got Lex Tack from Lepu. I'm not sure we'll get to this one or not. In fact, I think I'll just stick with the Legion today. Pow, you go. I've got the free saturation knob in here because I might goose it up a little bit. Just, you'll see. It's a fun little effect that you can throw pretty much anywhere in your chain and have it do something a little different. And we'll show you about that a little bit later. It's a kind of a no rules effect. You throw it wherever you want in the chain and it'll have a slightly different aspect and effect to things. But adding some saturation is never bad for metal tones. And back in the day, this thing was, if anybody that recognizes this plugin probably used it a lot. And if you used it a lot, you know that it's super, super versatile and handy. So grab this out. Is it still free though? I think it is. Nadir is also still free and it comes in the Emissary bundle. The analog rack delay, 100% free if that decides to jump in. And as always, I'm using the M Convolution EZ, which is free to get started with. So, and in the pedal section, I've got a chorus pedal for Mercurial, the Sword, which is, as you know, this is one of our little, this was our first plugin. This was with Audiority and this super fun. We'll get to that. Hold up. Nick Crow. I don't have the Nick Crow 5150. And I don't remember it. Last time we tested it was I tested it about 5 years ago, and it had aged in a way that with so many good 5150s now. It's like any of those older ones are just steamrolled at this point, right? Except for the X50. And I would love it if TSC would put the X50 like out there for free. If they're not, like, it sucks. They just took it off the market. That really sucks. I don't like seeing that. All right. This is also free. This is the unified preamplifier from Aurora DSP. And I'm going to throw that out in front of... What do you guys want to hear? I'm going to go with this Goblin. Let's go with Goblin. Wait, that's already boosted. Maybe we won't do that. We'll go for it anyways. So I'm going to go with the preset Old Faithful because I made that one. I like it. It's a solid preset for this. Ooh, that is angry. In fact, I don't need that right this second. Let's just go with Goblin. It's a bit loud. And I don't have the IR. Just making sure I don't have an IR there right now. And this has two IRs. You can kind of go back and forth. Which sounds pretty good. But if you decide IR off, no problem. Just take this right here and we'll go back to see what we got here. Sounds pretty good. Always does. Ton guitarra. How's it going? 11 people in here. Say hi, guys. I won't bite, I promise. Sound really good for rhythmic guitar. I agree. And if you've never heard the song Farewell by Avantasia before, you really need to do it. While you're there, listen to that entire album and listen to the tower at the end. But when you go into the tower, don't take a break. Don't listen to the whole song with focus. Don't be on your phone. Don't do anything else. Just listen to the Avantasia's The Tower. And it's like 10 or 11 minute glory. You gotta listen to it, and you'll listen to it uninterrupted with focus. I promise that you will walk out of that like, wow, that is damn fine songcraft right there. Like it is, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it right now together. We're going to do it. The 9-minute, 43-second version. Let's hit it. This song is a beaut, and in the background, it shall be a beaut. That actually took me for a bit of a trip there, Mark. Because my nickname, or at least at one point in my life, my nickname was Chaps or Chappy. Which is interesting because you said, and just for a second I saw that, was like, what? Who? What? And I saw it was you, and you're just calling all of us Chaps instead. I understand now. I am not the quickest, we'll say I'm not the quickest knife in the drawer. So we're just chilling out with some free tones today. And I'm just going back and forth from random amps. Jambi is the next little bit of fun we're going to have here together. If you've never heard of Jambi before, I promise you're probably going to want to go check this out immediately following the stream. I bet you will. I'm going to use some very basic settings. Let's try it out. These pickups have a very particular section that you really need to not avoid, but you need to be careful with. Otherwise... And this is made by Vitar Amps. Vadim Taranov at Vitar. And go check out Vitar. It's very different. It's a very different vibe over there. You might like it. I think you're going to dig it. Everybody finds something they like with Vitar. What is this new Nalex business you're telling me about? Also, Can I just regularly find this new Nalex plugin, or do I have to go through like 5 websites of Cyrillic to get to some random forum that has a bunch of little teeny weeny links? Like back in the day, every time I told someone to go check out the Nalex stuff, I would get a message back saying, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, are you sure? Like, is this website going to give my computer full-blown irreparable AIDS? Is that what's going to happen here? And yeah, you definitely got that feeling going in. You're like, wow, I got to click a link that goes to another link, and oh boy, it's Cyrillic. What's happening now? What the fuck? You know, I don't know, but it's good stuff though. So this is Jambi, and Jambi was just all by itself. Jambi, along with an old school impulse response. And the impulse response I want to use right now is not available because it's not free. So I want to make sure we focus on freeware today. Let's mix some other stuff up here. This is the Gus G cab. Wonderful. Ownhammer also has a freebie pack. Yes, they sure do. I've got lots of free IRs, folks. Let's go to this. Man, I've got lots. And if you guys want to get one of the greatest all-time free IR packs, you just type in 7 Deadly Sins IR pack into Google. It's still floating out there. I fucking know it is. It's, if you can find it, it's all free, and there's nothing pirated inside it. It is all just stuff that was added by people over as it kind of rolled in this big snowball. And there's a whole bunch of stuff available in there. Some of it is garbage. Yes, it's true. And you might have to sift through some of said garbage. But there's a lot of gooders in there, and you will enjoy it. So let's go and test some of the old gooders that you can find in that old IR pack. That would be kind of fun, actually. Let's go to my miscellaneous folder. And gosh, this is so packed full of freebies. Barefoot IR pack V30 PRS cab. No idea. This is a Resington. No, sorry. I remember this now. This is a Resington pack. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's the file I was looking for. That's where I parked my car. Yeah, that is chonky. Chonky. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the prettiest mark of them all? Oh, you got, yeah, we've got a couple of marks in here right now. You guys gonna fight? I'm in. I got $60 on Swarbrick. He's a football fan, but then again, Mark Studio is in the gym right now. Who do we think would win this fight? Just an arm wrestle. Let's not say fight. Or if you guys want to fight, I mean, like, let's make sure the gloves are on. We can sanction it and stuff. Mark fight! You can definitely hear that P90 quality once you start getting into different amps and cabinets. Into the cabinets. What's up, Eddie? Hey, Pedro. How's everyone doing? Scollage, bro. Bo's in the house. I didn't practice it yet, so I had to make sure I get that. You guys did some fucking... I'll make sure I get that. See, the fucking tabs, they fucked me over. And even the lesson I watched, the guy did... He didn't move. Like, it was just... That was the one thing I can't get there. I can just do it without that and make it sound almost like it. Like... Close enough for now. But anyway, he didn't move. He was just... I guess that's as close as... I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Spaghetti wrestling? I don't know how either Mark is going to feel about spaghetti wrestling. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to picture, like, spaghetti wrestling with two dudes. I don't know. Even with, like, anyone. I don't want to see spaghetti wrestling. I don't think it's a waste of good food at this point in life. We'd be wasting a lot of good spaghetti. I don't want to waste spaghetti, you know, especially at times. Times are tough right now, and spaghetti's pretty delicious, so. MMA style in the octagon. That's what we were talking about just before you got here. Neither Mark has made a comment on this. Mark's, I'm oiling up. Fuck it. Okay, so where's Swarbrick? Swarbrick, how do you feel about this? I got $60 on you. You can't melt me down, dog. This is Jambi, and by the way, and it's fun if you haven't. If you've never used Jambi before, I would strongly advise it. It's never meant to be. It's not a unicorn riff, though. Do tell me in the comments, what's your unicorn riff? What's your Eleanor riff? Everyone has an Eleanor riff, that riff that you always wanted to learn. No matter how many times you try to learn it, it always defeats you. We all fucking have one. We all have one. Wow, that really got my mic to pop? Really, a punch? Oh, okay. I see. I didn't punch it hard enough. And we're still in the fucking tower, by the way. There's these little, like, bits of, like, where they're talking to each other, like, but father, what about the prophecy? It's not like that. There's no like Italian. Anybody, if I said a line in a movie, I don't know if anybody would recognize it anyways. Oh, I can't say it right now. No, someone will get really mad at me. I just remembered that this line, there's something in the world going on right now that if I had said this line, somebody would have thought I was being an asshole. So I'm not going to say the line for that movie. How to pick another line. Ooh, a nickel. I buy my own hotel. That's for you guys. Yeah, man, Resington's got some cool shit. I like Resington a lot. The guy is... I like him. I like him a lot. He's a really nice guy. He makes super fun content. All of his stuff is useful for everyone. And so, as mentioned, we were going... I'm going to just go to the screen here for a sec so you guys can see, like, what I have available in this crazy free pack. Not all this stuff is free, but a lot of this stuff is just free stuff that just kicked around for the Behringer Ultra G. This is definitely from the 7 Deadly Sins pack. So a lot of this is from the 7 Deadly Sins pack. The stuff that you guys are seeing right now. And there's lots of good stuff. Computer speakers. This is back in the early days of IRs where people were just grabbing everything they could find. What would computer speaker IRs sound like? We're going to go for it. Oh, come on. This is going to be horrible, isn't it? This is going to be fucking terrible. There's always one guy in a local band. This reminds me really well. There's always one local band with 2 guitar players, and the one guitar player's got a sick fucking rig full of great shit, and the other guy's got tone like this. Meanwhile, the other dude's like, all right, can I check guitar 2, please? Okay, can I get back to stage left? You guys fucking know, if you spent enough time around the local band scene in your town or your city or wherever it is that you've been, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. Exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go to the mini DM. It's so shitty, but I can see that working for like a little part where you want to fade it down, but I wouldn't even go that far. I would just use like some weird EQ, because you can do that with an EQ anyways, but it's oh, it's so good. So you guys, if you guys want to have fun, please go and get the 7 Deadly Sins pack. It's got to be available. Can somebody go Google it right now and tell me if it's still out there, or did somebody already say that? For me, that riff is actually blurry by Puddle of Mud. Oh man, actually not the easiest riff though. It's that picking. I can see how that would be a pain in the ass. That's a picking nightmare for me too. Okay, I was actually in that band. We had a guy in our band, and if he knew I was dropping his name right now, he would probably squish me like a bug, because he's a strong man now and he's a fucking monster. But Tavis is out there. he knows what I'm talking about. I had this guy in my band where the one guy in my band had a pretty nice like Valve State sounding setup, and then the other dude had like a really bad practice amp, but like it was punk. It was punk, and there just nothing else you could do about it. You just worked with what you had available. Okay, let's go. Blue Voodoo 412 WGS veteran 30 late. Whoa, what's happening here? There's a lot of shit in this folder. Whoa, that is not the way to label your IRs. If you guys are looking at this, this is exactly not how to label your IRs. You don't want someone to go cross-eyed when they walk it, I don't want to use this anymore. This is stupid. This is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I don't feel like that bad about bailing on that. The Celestian Sidewinder. I don't know what this is from. Sidewinder floor? No idea. Let's find out. Not terrible. Ah! It's not bad. Yeah, it's not good either, though. No, none of these are. See what I see? See what I mean? There's going to be a lot of stuff in here you're just going to kick around. And oh, here's another one of Reslington's packs. See, that's how you label a file. I know these are blends, but still, if you're using one mic and positions, it's easier than not just putting a million numbers and letters in there. Got a lot of low end to his IRs. Why does it sound? It sounds kind of far away. Am I doing? Is that me? Did I do something fucking wrong again? I gotta turn that up again. That's actually sounding really nice with Jambi right now. Sounds pretty good. Did Swarbrick say anything about? Are we doing this? He left. Did he leave? Oh no, we'll never know. The one guitarist is right. Yeah. Behringer V-amp sounds better than that solid state. Behringer V-amp, I've got no problems with the Behringer V-amp. I had the bass V-amp for a long time because I didn't want to go buy the bass pod, and it was like $200 cheaper to buy the bass V-amp, and it did everything I needed it to do. But the guitar V-amp, it all depended on what source you were putting it through. If you had a decent sounding power amp, like one of those old Alesis ones, there were these old Alesis power amps that had like a dual, and you could bridge them, and they sounded really good. Apart from the fact that if you turn them, they would like just flat out shut off on you if they got a little too hot. But I had one of these, and I actually had a V-amp running through it for a little bit, and it sounded fine. It sounded great. If you have a decent power amp and a decent cabinet, there's nothing wrong with a V-amp. Or if you want to use it, I don't know if I think I don't think you should use it on recordings anymore, though, folks. I think there's enough freeware out there now that you don't need the V-amp. Although I think someone profiled the V-amp recently. Did anybody look and see if that pack is still available? Or did I just get that answer and not see it? Turns out it was the April Fools. There are also two. Yes, there were. That's an amp that I think someone needs to like get on top of. The Blue Voodoo. Because man, I'm telling you right now on Tone Hunt, go and get it right now and put it through NAMM Universal. There's some Blue Voodoo stuff available on Tone Hunt, and it sounds really, really good. Like not sort of good, really good. And so you're just sitting there kind of like, really? Like I the only time I'd never played with one of those amps, I just remember for a time, was Megadeth not endorsing, or someone in Megadeth not endorsing crate amps, or they weren't actually using them. I don't remember when that was, but I remember seeing, if I'm not mistaken, a Blue Voodoo ad with someone from Megadeth in it and being like, oh, really? All right. See what we got here. That's not bad sounding at all. So this is all free IRs in the Blue Voodoo, the 7 Deadly Sins IR pack. There's a lot of stuff in here, and there is some crap. Yes, there is some crap, but there's not a lot of crap. If you remember the old Harley Benton IRs, there's like these Harley Benton Impulses Sneap. I think this was it. Yeah. This is an old Harley Benton back in the old Sneap forums and the old forums, and these are IRs that were free that were kicking around. How good does this sound? What? Holy smokes, that's sounding good. I'm not sure. Marty Friedman. That might have been it, yeah. Man, I bought hard. I did no knocking April Fool's jokes are biting on them. Because, man, once upon a time, I definitely bit on an April Fool's joke. It was when Meza Barba, they put out a UI with one of their amps in it. And it said, like, coming soon or something. And it was on April Fool's, and a lot of people believed it. And I was one of those people. I saw it after the fact, though, but I should have. And so, I mean, it wasn't really like I fell for it the day of. But, man, what a mean thing to do. Meza Barba would actually be really smart as an Italian-based company to do a plugin suite with, like, somebody, anyone, any of the marvelous developers in Italy. There are Igor Nembrini Audio. You can talk about Overloud. You can talk about, we could talk about ICAM. There's something. And we could talk about Audiority. We could talk about a number of companies that are based over there that could probably, STL Tones, not based over there. They're based in Nashville, but their coder is also Italian. So who knows? There's a lot of relations that they could, definitely a lot of connections they could jump into if they wanted a plugin suite. And man, Meza Barba amps they do not fuck around. Those things are legit. Anyways, speaking of legit, we are using Jambi. I'm going to switch from Jambi to the Wagner Sharp because I know that these are colored IRs. And see what we got. Gonna have to throw a pedal out front, probably. Sounding pretty good so far. I like how the quality has a knob. This is old, guys. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Nothing wrong with that at all. want some milk? I'm surprised Marty Freeman didn't go with Bogner. Dude has such a sick Bogner modded 2204 that he's done a lot of work with. Yeah. Well, he's also got that. He's also got his own signature amp right now. He's got his own signature amp right now with Angle. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the amp at all. They actually have one sitting in the local music, well, not the local music store, like not the one that's close to me, but the really, really, really far music store. And the one it's so far away in my city that I've actually never even been there. Only because I never go to this part of the city. And like ever. Ever for anything. I have no reason to go out that way. Ever. So I'd love to go there, but I've got other music stores that are closer. Anyways, they have this amp there. So this is Nick Crolab Wagner Sharp tube guitar preamp. This is based on... Bo, this is based on a Bogner, right? But which Bogner? You can get this still. It's on the VST for free. And lots of other stuff that's still on there as well, namely this guy right here. This is the Lepu Legion. I don't know. I can't actually off the top of my head remember exactly what this is based on, but... And does this UI look very familiar? Does it look familiar to anyone else? The UI, the way that it's set up, and certain things that maybe a company now might be doing. Who knows? I'm just curious. This is Legion. We're going to get to a decent... Going to get to an IR I'm more familiar with right now. Another old freebie. And you guys know, if you know with these files, if you know what the Catharsis Studios impulse response pack is, you know what that is. If you've been around doing this long enough. Catharsis pack right here, and here they are in all their glory. We'll go through them and why they sound so awesome. This is a common guitar tone that this is an exact setup that I was using for a while. That's the one. You toss that saturation, the fucking knob. You test the fucking knob. It's there. Test the fucking knob. All right, so I've got a tube screamer that's free from Mercurial Audio. I have Legion. I have saturation knob. I'll show you with and without. I gotta back that presence off. Yeah, that's where I parked my car. If you don't want metal, and that's fine. If you're not a metal guy, and you're like, man, he's chugging, and it's nothing but metal here. That's pretty good. Sounds pretty good still. Poulin Legion. I'm not going to even bother. Let's go to the screen so you guys can actually see it. That's what she looks like. So you understand what we're doing. Carlo. Yeah, Carlo's Italian. Carlo and Fetty are both Italian. Like, literally, born in Italy. I think they only moved. I think they're living over here now. I think they're in Nashville now. I'm not 100% sure. I can't. I wouldn't be surprised if STL ends up getting the Mezzabarba license in the end. Dude who does captioning for their cabs is part owner of Boutique Tones, who does the Mezzabarba profiles. Neat. Hold on. Was that some guar? No, I actually don't know any guar. I can try, though. What's that song again? I'm so sick of you. Oh, 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 oh. Break it down. I said break it down. Thank you. Love that fucking song. That song, I've never been the hugest Guar fan. I did see them in concert. I did get soaked with blood. It was a super fucking weird thing because we went to a subway station. There's a lot of people from the show that were at this subway station. And this train pulled up and the people on the train saw the people in the station. And it was one of the single greatest mass human reactions I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen anything like it to this day. This subway car, metro car rolled up. I was living in Montreal at the time. And we're all soaked in blood, and all of us have got blood, fake blood all over our stuff. And this subway car rolls up, and the people on that subway car that were about to get off were no longer getting off and prepared to ride that train to the end of the line. It was fucking great. It was one of the best moments of my life, even though myself, I was quite scared because I attended the show by myself. And in a very large city as an 18-year-old, that was kind of scary for me, but by the end of it, it wasn't anymore. It was also in a really weird part of the city. All right, I'm going to not get out of here, but I'm going to go on a quick break. I'm going to switch guitars because this one also has that very unique and very signature kind of sound to the pickup. So I want to go and grab something else. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to grab something else, come back, and we'll do some more chugging. And guys, it's been fun so far. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Thanks so much for being here. Freeware Friday returns. It's something I would definitely consider doing, even bi-weekly if people are up for it. So, oh, okay. Dave Brocky was a mastermind. Although, you know what? I have to say, I don't hate what Guar's doing now. I don't hate it. There's a lot of people that are like, as soon as he left, it was fucking all over. And it's just like, it's a bunch of rented guys now. Just whatever, this and that. Like, I don't even know if is there a single original member left in Guar now? I don't think so. But good on them for just keeping it going. Because I think the fucking world needs Guar. They need Guar. And to stop doing Guar would be fucking unfortunate. It'd be super unfortunate for everyone because then no one would be able to see Guar anymore. And I understood why Kiss kept it going for such a long freaking time. Because there's just generations of people that really need to see Kiss. You know what I mean? And now, I think they're done. But the whole thing that they were saying about, discuss this in the comments while I'm gone, feel free. What do you think about how Kiss was talking about just hiring 4 people to continue on and continue being Kiss? I think it's a great idea. I would absolutely love to see it. I know it's just going to be literally the best hired guns they can find for the lowest dime so they can still be making that paper until the very end of their lives. But at the same time, I really don't hate it. It would not be different characters. You'd have to figure out who's playing who and whatever. But I don't want to see I would love to see someone playing Gene, and playing Paul and a new Kiss. I'd love to see them audition the best possible people to get it to sound as close as humanly possible. No, different takes on it from different singers. I want someone that sounds like Paul Stanley. I want someone that sounds like Gene Simmons. I would love to see that. Discuss in the comments, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Mutoid, man. Call of the Void. This song is making me very happy lately. Very, very happy lately. What a song. If you haven't heard Mutoid, man, you got to go check them out. I know they've been around for a bit, but I was really, really excited about this song when I heard it for the first time. I want to see it live, though. I want to see how they play it live. Like, is the singer playing the tapping part? This part rips. Oh, that's a great... We're just listening to the... Just one more part here. Oh, I love the woes. I don't like mindless woes, but those aren't mindless woes. Those are fucking melody woes. Digga 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 dan dan. All right, what do we got? Do I have some HB Strat? Do I have like a humbucker Strat? Yeah, I definitely have a Strat with a humbucker, but it's my sleeper. I should have pulled out the sleeper, but it's red, and I would have had to go change my shirt. I'm a match or fucking bust kind of guy. If my guitar does not match my shirt, you will not see me on a stream. That sounds really silly, but when I'm trying for presentation, folks, I have shirts to match all the guitars. You're not going to see one that doesn't. And if you ever do, let me know. Be like, bro, that does not match. And I will quickly hit the be right back button. I'm just one of those people. I got to match. I have to. You should have seen when I was playing hockey and I was a goaltender for a very long time. My kits were incredible. Setups, kits, if you want to call it. This is my, I call this Woody Jr. This is my Ibanez RG. That's all the RGs. I'm never going to actually, if you really want to know, it's the art. This is the RG EW5 521 FM. For fuck's sakes, guys. Dude. Oh, I hear the missus as she is home. What? Oh, I can hear you coughing. That's how I know. She's been coughing. She's had the worst deal. She's had this absolute, we thought it was like walking pneumonia. Let's get this fucking chugging again, boys! Love of the woes. What's the next note? Yeah, that's it right there. This is not feeling like staying in tune today. What a great song, though. Man. Mutoid Man. Call of the Void. That is definitely where I parked my car these days. Man, you really don't feel like being in tune today, brother. This guitar is being bitchy about being taken off the wall and brought over here to near this heat source. You're in tune now, right? Okay, let's go. You're not in tune, though. I understand you're not in tune. Oh, it's also way too much level. All right. I'm going to give this another shot. This is Belvedere in the background, by the way. A Canadian band that I have, oh my gosh, so much love for. If you want to hear some really unique skate punk, super fast, technical, check out Belvedere. Steve Rawls, really great human being. Nothing else I can say. The guy is one of the greatest human beings I've ever met in all of my years as of being a promoter. Put on shows for their band many times, and they're always just such a treat. Again, really? You're really just you're trying to book me? I don't think so. Ooh. All right. Now we have to readjust because there's a lot of top end on those last pickups, and these ones are not so much. So we got to just do a little bit of work here. A humbucker strat. Yes, I do. And you'll see it next week. Sleeper. I call it my sleeper because if you want to go and watch the Andrew Baina video, he made a sleeper strat. I made a sleeper strat as well, but I didn't make it, and it's also not a baritone. But sleeper meaning it looks like the average instrument you'd see on a guitar stand and some, in like your dad's office. But it is definitely a metal machine. So I'll pull that out in the next couple of days here for sure. Why is this being such a bitch? Oh, yeah. Now that's a Nordjävel. This is some straight, fast, raw black metal. This is the band I was trying to recall the name of when we were talking about like real, like raw sounding black metal. And this is about as raw, like Marduk is about as raw as I get. That UI reminds you of something interesting, does it? It does, doesn't it? That's why I'm showcasing this one right now. It does bear a striking resemblance to something that Lepu may or may not be a part of these days. You never know. You never know what he's up to these days. We never know. I know. I do know, though. Do I really? Ugh, man, I would love to talk about it. I would love to talk about it, but I'm not. I don't need to get a cease and desist letter just for a complete, just a complete tinfoil hat conversation. We had this conversation one time in a stream ever, and I deleted the stream because I knew that I didn't really want it out there that we were like tinfoil hatting this situation. I don't know how better to explain it to you guys. Oh, please. Hold on. Check. Hey, check. My level went weird there for a second. All right. So yeah, we're going to move along. This Legion, get a good look at it. And you tell me in the comments. I'm not going to say yes or no as to whether you're correct, but you tell me in the comments, what do you think this plugin looks kind of like in like an older version of? You tell me what you think. This thing is free, by the way. You can go get this right now. This is 15 years old. 15-year-old plugin or more. That's 15 years old. 15. Pick up your change, everybody. How are you? It's Friday. This is Freeware Friday. We're going through a whole bunch of fun freeware that we enjoy here. I hope you guys are having fun in the stream because I'm having a pretty darn good time. And we're just chilling out. This is the unified preamp from Aurora DSP. It is free. And when you put it together with Legion, and this is, again, this thing is super fun. This is the Pull-In Legion, and made by Lepu back in the day. Wagner Sharp plugin by Necro is based on the Sharp channel of the Bogner Triple Giant preamp. For realsies? Isn't that what Dave Mustaine used for a while? If I'm not mistaken. Didn't Dave Mustaine use that with the VHT, a VHT power amp for a little while? I've been begging Igor to do the Bogner Fish for a long time. I've been begging him because he's got those wonderful preamp plugins that have, like, he's got the ADA and he's got the triaxis, he's got all this stuff, but he doesn't have a Bogner Fish. If he had a Bogner Fish, that would be really, really cool if he did. Check. Trying to make sure my levels are good. Check. pretty good. It's sounding, this is not a 15-year-old plugin. It's bananas that we're getting these sick fucking tones out of this ancient plugin. And you like these people that are like, they think like even Neural DSP's releases, like the non-X version, the non-X versions are just like, nah, they don't have all the stuff that I need. They don't have the drop tuner. They don't have the stereo thing. They don't have this. They don't have that. Well, guess what? You don't need all that. You don't need all of that stuff. But those people look at older plugins as like 5-year-old plugins. How old is Nameless, the Nameless suite at this point? It was their second plugin at Neural DSP, and that was what? How long ago was that? It was like 6 years now? First rule of Fight Club. Don't tell anybody about Fight Club. I am not going to tell you guys what I think it looks like. Or, in my opinion, the plugins that Lepu went on to build with another developer. That's as far as I'm going with that, guys. By the way, this is a DiMarzio deactivator and a DiMarzio PAF 36th anniversary. Love both pickups. Let's check out the lead tones on this thing for just a second. Let's turn on the analog rack delay and see what we got. Oh, that is definitely a slap back, which is not what I want right now. Here we go. Really low level. I'm gonna have to bring it up a bit. Bring up the pickup a little bit after a while, but for now I'm not gonna bother. The stream doesn't have... This stream, yes, I do. I know exactly what happened. I tried to change it from 44.1 to 48 based on the some recommendations, and I zigged when I should have zagged somewhere, and then I just changed it all back to 44.1 today. So I think it sounds pretty good. We're not getting any pops, clicks. I'm not getting anything that's dumb that's happening in the stream right now. Sounds good. It looks good. We're never changing it again. This is what I get when I try to change something. God damn it. Sounds pretty good. I like the way it sounds. I hope you do as well. We're hanging out today. We're doing some freeware stuff. 2019, I think. That's a long time ago, man. 6 years ago. Had to go. Oh, I see. Yeah, man. I've got it set. I've got the Unify preamp set to the gent settings, where you kind of just treble is to taste, volume is backed off, bass is backed way off, and sort of the Meshuggah settings. And if I'm understanding it correct, both the grind and the Fortin 33 were based on the old TC Electronics preamp with one knob instead of several knobs. So, yeah, that's at least what the information I was given. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sounds good to you. That sounds good to me too. Not sure about what Dave Mustaine used. Pretty sure it was before the Bogner Fish. It was the Bogner Triple Giant through a VHT preamp is what he was using on Symphony, if I'm not mistaken. Is one of my favorite tones ever, which is the only reason I bought that Dave Mustaine Thrash Factor pickup, because it was actually based that pickup is made to replicate the old modified JB that Dave Mustaine used in numerous guitars on numerous albums. But then after that, I got it and really just couldn't get a good handle on. By the way, I'm going to be selling a ton of pickups on eBay shortly, and I'll give you guys the we'll give you guys the link or something, and we can figure some stuff out. So tomorrow, the 100th episode. I'm very excited about this. Very excited. We're going to be giving away some fun stuff. Make sure you're here. It's going to be fun. We're going to be a bunch of giveaways. There's going to be a bunch of tunes. There's going to be a bunch of riffs and just me sitting here like a plug as usual. This is the best this guitar's ever sounded with this particular pickup setup, and it's never being changed again. It looks so good with the zebra pickups in it. Oh my gosh, does it look good with this? This guitar's never looked or sounded better. And this guitar, I once viewed it as cursed because of how I came upon it, which was when I ordered a Jackson from a local music store, and this Jackson was just awful. The QC on it was just the worst thing in the universe. It was absolutely horrendous. And so I brought it back, and they're like, we can order you another one. I said, absolutely not. I'll just take something in store. And they're like, yeah, well, pick something within the price range. And they had this. And I was like, all right, let's give her. Oh, I forgot I'm a key higher. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's not happened. So anyways, the signal chain currently is the unified preamp from Aurora DSP Free, along with the 15-year-old and has not really even aged that much apart from the way it looks. You wouldn't use it. You wouldn't listen to the way this sounds and say this is a really old plugin. You'd listen to it and say, this actually sounds pretty ridiculously sick for an old-ass plugin. I'm really liking this tone. Moving along, we have the free saturation knob. Back in the days of older days of amp sims, we used to use a lot of warming effects and such. And the Lepu stuff was the stuff that didn't really need that, didn't really need to get gussied up too much. But as you guys can hear, the saturation knob, even though it's not on any sort of intense setting by any means, this thing sounds great. Here's, again, we'll go without. And with. So yeah, I can just turn it up. Honestly, it's not just a volume boost. It's doing more than a volume boost, but sounds great without it though. Thing sounds just marvelous. It's marvelous. Then we go to a free IR. This is the old Catharsis Studios press high, we'll call it. And if you've ever used this pack, you'll know it's legit. It's just a bunch of random smudged together IRs that were made way back in the day. 15-year-old IRs probably at this point, if not more. And here they are. They still sound good. So if anybody ever tells you you need the latest and the greatest to sound good, tell them that is absolute nonsense and that you can easily go get a 15-year-old plugin and use it with a 15-year-old IR and have it sound just fine. Listen to it and tell me that this tone has aged. A little bit out of tune there. My Synergy 5050 is basically a Fryette PA. Oh, really? Hey, Kyle, how's it going, dude? A baby. Ow. I'm going to be doing some covers soon. And I thought I was going to maybe make another channel and do some other stuff. I don't have time for that. So I'm just going to use them as product demos. And I'm going to maybe make them a little bit fun. I'm gonna be doing some Canadian covers, just to show my extreme patriotism. I'm gonna be doing some Canadian covers and rearranging them in my own. I've always liked doing that, doing cover songs, but just completely rewriting it, not rewriting it, but making it a different genre and speeding it up or changing the key and adding little things and yeah, just having fun with it. And I've done a few in the past, and I think I'm gonna spend some of my March break recording some songs and just seeing if I can actually get them fucking finished. That's the hardest part for me, is getting something finished with vocals on it that I'm happy with. And I don't know. We'll just see. Yeah, I think it sounds great right now. I think it sounds fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And yeah, I don't think there's no latency. Everything is seemingly sounding and operating really well right now, and I'm stoked about it. All right, tune. So I'm gonna be on here for about another 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna go and head out. We're gonna eat some dinner, celebrate a little bit that it is the first day of my triumphant break, and also to celebrate like some healthier life choices. I felt really connected today. The last couple days at work, I felt really connected as opposed to disconnected, just based on some small changes, almost some kind of small but large changes that I've been making. And super. Yeah, Elmyrus he's really smart. Legitimately, and there's got to be something I was doing wrong. No big deal. Elmyrus is very, very smart. It's probably a really good idea. No problem whatsoever. But I think it sounds pretty good right now. I think we'll just keep going with the way it is right now. And if something comes back and you know, whatever, it is what it is. So let's use the emissary to end the stream today. The last 20 minutes or so, we'll go with this the legendary, the infamous, and the incredible emissary. Yeah, it's a little bit out. It's still a little bit out. I'm going to use KT88 tubes. This is the only bummer that I found with the new version is that that was it. That was literally the only thing. I didn't realize that they had I don't think I've ever used the bias controls back here. All right, that sounds pretty good so far. Let's go here. Oh, that was a slip. One of us. Pedro's been waiting all stream for Namu. Has he really? Shit. Let's get out. Not to say that I'm bummed with that. Let's go Namu, though. And I've got presets, guys. I've got presets, and the presets are going to be coming out eventually. Wavemind is onto some stuff right now, onto some big stuff. And this is not big enough. The V2 and the upgrade, and like, we're going to upgrade the free version probably sooner than later, but V2 is kind of in limbo right now, just because, like I said, the Wavemind is onto some really cool stuff. So we're going to go with some of the presets. We'll go a couple of them anyways. Whoa, that's too loud. Bring it back. Sounds pretty good. So you see the IR in this is the EGA. The EGA 412. I've had more than a few developers put the EGA 412 into a plugin. It has made its way into a bunch of plugins actually. Because I just was like, yeah, this is a necessary IR, and it makes everything sound good to me anyway, and lots of other people seem to like it. I just have this thing about not shamelessly promoting only myself. Like, I could be using Namu in every stream, and then people will get bored, right? So this is Splon Quick Rod through a Bogner cabinet. Mom. Name Universal. No. What do you mean, goddamn? Oh, I see. Okay. I'm in. We're in with NAM Universal. I'm glad you guys like this plugin so much. I guess there's another option out there now that some people are liking better, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's actually out or not. There's one that has like a parallel. You can load things, profiles parallel, which is something that ours, or is it different? I don't know. There's something that is a bit different from ours that people seem to like, and that's totally cool. There are a lot of different ways to use NAM captures, and one of those ways, actually, you know what, being that I can actually use some stuff like off the beaten path here. Hold on. I'm going to go to amps. Let's get right out of here. And I'm going to go into here, NAM stuff. And I'm going to use some stuff from my other collection. I have another collection of NAM stuff. I'm typically, I like to use the stuff that's available in our toolkit. But that's not all we have going on here. And I want to find miscellaneous amps. Okay, here we go. Where is it? Crate Blue Voodoo. There is a Blue Voodoo in here. Where is it though? I thought there was. Hold on, we got to find something in here. I could have sworn I had it. Randall Satan, high gain. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? It's good. It's okay. It's pretty good. I can hear crackles. Get out. All right, let's go back. And you can just go and find so much stuff on ToneHunt. And this is literally just this is just my miscellaneous folder. And there's just so much stuff in here. Stevens Pound Cake. That was one of the ones that was, Is it, do you really have a Stevens Pound Cake, or did you profile Amp Hub? I'm curious. Whenever I see a rare amp rare-ish amp, and I see a profile of it, and it didn't exist prior to the plugin, and you look at like release, you can even look right down to release dates, and seldom do these profiles ever exist before the plugins that release these. And it's a huge bummer when people profile or capture plugins and put them up on Tone Hunt. Do it for yourself when you're learning and stuff, absolutely. But Crate Blue, there it is. Crate Blue Voodoo. Now listen to these captures. Let's listen to some of these. I'm going to turn this off for the moment. That is not the one I was looking for. All right. Some good sounding stuff in there. I remember it sounding a bit better. Maybe I'm just like, oh, unboosted. Here we go. Unboosted, high gain. Oh, that was a bad note right there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But as you guys can see, you just hit this button. Pow. And this will crack open Tone Hunt for you. And you can just go to models. Go do this. We could do this together. Oh, newest. I would have to log in and see my favorites pop up. You see your favorite. You can save somebody. You go here. This is Derek something or other. And we're going to click on his profile. And see what else he's got. If you try something from somebody and you really, really like it, you can just click on the name. And we can see here, this is what everything that this person has available. Or you go back. And man, it's a very handy and easy way to go about it. Although I'm going to admit, I kind of like the old one a little bit better, as it was just easier to sift through everything. But I haven't been on here much lately. Go to popular, you can see the most popular stuff, the most downloaded stuff, or you see newest to oldest, and then you can search here amps, pedals, full rigs, IRs, outboards. That's pretty damn cool. And some of the Tim R is an amazing dude that provided us with an unreleased quick rod until we kind of got behind release and it released anyways. But the quick rod sounds really good. Everything in our pack sounds great. And all of our entire pack, if I close this, if I hit this, and it's going to take me back. If you go to our toolkit, for example, it's all separated by by creator. And then you can go and look up those creators on Tone Hunt and be just basically, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you already know we've given you a bunch of creators that are really good at what they do. And it can be tough when you get into Tone Hunt and NAMM and being like, you're literally just waiting out there in the darkness unless someone tells you, hey, you got to check out stuff from this, and this person. You can be out there kind of wandering around. Where's the benchmark? How do I set the benchmark of what is high quality and what is not? It's hard for me to tell. You just go to some of the creators that we've even thrown in for you. Arlington Audio and Emil Robe and and Tim R, a number of other creators that we've involved in this toolkit. You look them up. They've all got other stuff. We've included a lot of their stuff, but they've still got new things all the time. So keep it popping and stay sharp on it. And again, so the tone stack is also kind of fun, but actually, no, I'm not going to get into that right now. Hold on. Are you on Facebook, Kyle? Send you some stuff. Tim R Quick Rod Pack is awesome. I agree with you. Anthony Lavoie, nice to see you. We're almost wrapped here. It's been a while since I've been able to make it in for the live stream. I feel like shit because we're leaving in like 2.5 minutes. Damn it. But, buddy, are you available tomorrow? And what are you doing tomorrow? I'm telling you right now, the 100th episode is happening tomorrow. providing I don't get phenomenally sick overnight or something. But I'm going to be here tomorrow about 4:30 Eastern time. We're going to be giving away some stuff. It's going to be fucking fun. Lots and lots of fun. We're going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff. Going to be giving away a Hercules guitar stand. I believe I'm giving away a pickup, but I'm going to figure that out first. We're going to try. We're thinking about giving away a pickup from Aurora Tone. We're going to try to figure that out before tomorrow. And we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of plugins, everything bundled from Aurora DSP. Thanks so much to Daniel for that. That's so sick that he's able to just do the everything bundle like that. That's just unbelievable. Thank you so much. It's everything in that pack is a lot of fun. And remember, they also just came out with a new plugin known as Cobra. 2 A's. You got to call it Cobra. You can't just say it Cobra because there's 2 A's. You got to it's got to be a hard, long So that's going to be coming along with it. And we'll be doing some stuff, hanging out, doing what we usually do, chatting gear, chatting the world of music. Tomorrow, maybe we can get into Brent Hines, not in Mastodon anymore. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm the one that's breaking that news to you. But yeah, Brent Hines and Mastodon have parted ways after 25 years together. 25 years. Think about breaking up or leaving a band you've been in for 25 years and knowing that band is going to continue on. That is a toughie. That is really tough. And I know that, I'm not even going to speculate what the reasonings were, but sometimes people just get sick of the fucking life, man. That is another thing that does happen. Realistically, it does happen where people are just like, man, I have slept in my last goddamn hotel room. I don't care how nice it is. I don't give a shit about hotel rooms anymore. I don't want to be here. And I know a lot of people that have gotten sick of touring. And it's not really that. Even when you're at the highest of the high, you have major label tour support. You have all kinds of cush. But the bigger you get, the bigger your schedule gets as well. You've got every city you go to, you've got press to do. You've got to go to a radio station. You've got to go to this. You've got to go to that. You've got to do this, that, and the other thing. And you've got so many responsibilities. And sometimes people just don't want to do it anymore because it's not really that fun of life. Because even at the highest level, you're still staying in a hotel room. You're still away from your family. You're still away from your stuff at your house. You're still away from your pets, if you have them, your kids, if you have them, and so on. So it gets really tough. So no judgment to me whatsoever for people that just don't want to tour anymore. That's maybe my speculation. I don't have a speculation in this. I can't even speculate. I wouldn't even want to. But that could be it's when you get to be a certain age, it just gets like, man, like I'm fucking done with this. So that sucks for Mastodon. I'd love to discuss who we feel might be the replacement. Who could step in? Who? They're not going to go get, are they going to go get an established, well-known person? Or are they going to go out and get somebody like an absolute ninja from YouTube that they can also pay less money? Because they haven't been around. They don't have a huge name. They're not bringing a name to the band. They're just very much a hired gun. They may not even be an official full member of the band. They might even choose to go, well, he sang a lot, though. They could, however, choose to go the hired gun route and just constantly hire somebody for touring and not actually make anybody a member of the band. Interesting conversation to have tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me today for FREEWARE Friday. And I have just been absolutely elated to be on the stream today. I'm going to be on the stream tomorrow. Sunday will not likely be on stream, but then next week, guys, I'm on March break. I'm going to need some stuff to make sure I fill my days. I don't want to just sit around and be lazy. Although I got the new RoboCop game quickly in the comments. Is that not new? It's about a year old. But is the RoboCop game fun? Tell me in the comments because I've been playing a lot of it. I'm going to try to just play a lot of it and have fun over my break and really relax, not just work. Okay? So thanks so much for being here. I will be here a lot. I will be here tomorrow. We will be giving away some stuff. You'll be giving away some stuff as well. I'm going to ask you guys to randomly, I'm just going to look at a name and say, all right, you choose the next winner. Not even going to tell you what the prize is. And then you'll be like, this guy. And then we'll dish out a prize. And if that person already has the everything bundle or the plugin we're giving out, we'll make something else. I agree. That would be correct. There'd never be a one guitar only band. There are two guitars in every song doing very different things a lot. I couldn't see that working. Brandon Ellis also left Black Dahlia. Yes, he did. But there's a lot of people speculating why that happened. A lot of people are speculating that he may want to go play with Jeff Loomis and Nevermore. Can you imagine that? Ooh, it makes me... Ooh. They'll have to... I love these different ways of thinking. Very solid ways of thinking from two different people on two ends of the spectrum. I love that. So let's bring that heat into the conversation tomorrow. I would love to come on for a morning stream. I think it's going to be, if anything, it'll be Sunday morning instead, though, now. Maybe I'll just game tomorrow morning, because that would technically be the Hundo stream, and I don't want to do that first thing in the morning. So, anyhow, I'll see you guys tomorrow for sure, 4:30 Eastern time. Get ready, get set, and it's going to be a good day. I'm going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have fun. We're going to win some stuff. You're going to win some stuff. Let's do that together tomorrow. Thank you, as always, to our sponsors, Mindsinger Guitars and Aurora Tone Pickups. And as always, guys, please do like and subscribe. And if you know one person, even one, just one person that you think might dig what we're doing here, invite them by for a stream. See if they like what's up. They can just lurk. They don't have to talk either. No problem. No pressure. Thank you. Thank you, everybody in this community. You're all wonderful. And I love having these conversations. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.